All right, Jeremiah Weber, Dublin Kaufman coach. Here we are, girls state. First ever.
First
right?
ever.
You've got two?
Two.
Two. Okay, what are the weight class?
131 with Lisette and 150 with Ayala Wallach.
Okay, so tell coaches out there that just tell us how you pulled two girls into the room. How'd that happen?
Ayala's been with us from the start. Her older brother wrestled. Her dad's a judo coach here in Columbus, so she's been on the mat since she was little. So it's natural for her. She's been a wrestler in one sense or another.
Okay, and then 131.
She was a middle school wrestler for us the last couple of years, so she's a freshman. So it's our first year with her at the high school level.
So for those coaches out there that maybe haven't, obviously they have a history.
Right.
There's so many girls here that are first-year wrestlers.
So many girl athletes out there that could really transition into the
So
sport.
what advice would you give a coach to just getting girl athletes?
Not just girls, just athletes in general. It's for every sport. I think that wrestling is the best cross-training you can do for any sport, no matter what it is. So male athletes, female athletes, if you're an athlete, wrestling will train you to be a better athlete. So wrestle.
Yeah, I've talked to many girls that have said, hey, I did this because I want to be better at track or something.
It's going to increase your speed. It's going to increase your balance, your overall athleticism, for sure.
And in the meantime, what do? They end up falling in love with the sport, right?
And it's an easy sport to fall in love with. The competition is like nothing else. Hitting your hand raised is like no other sport.
What's the difference between a female wrestler and a male wrestler? Not to get into too much detail, but when you're working with a male athlete in the room and you're working with a female athlete in the room, how's it different?
This year's been different because the girls' state tournament has allowed us to wrestle folk style. But in the past, with Ayala in the room, I help her transition into freestyle. Because at the college level and at the Olympic level, obviously it's all freestyle for girls. So last year when Ayala was on the team, we worked takedowns to turns and transition to freestyle. This year is the first year we've really worked top with her.
Yeah, and Ayala was fourth at Fargo.
Fourth at Fargo.
Right, and so we talked a little bit off camera earlier about how we're wrestling folk style state of Ohio, but probably that doesn't help transition. I shouldn't use the word transition. That probably doesn't help a college coach that might be recruiting these girls to go freestyle. However, it helps at this level, right? Get people in the room, get girls in the room.
Get girls in the room. It's an easier transition for the entire state. Coaches, officials, OHSAA, it's an easier fit.
Give some advice to the coach that might be like, hey, how do I do this? How do I start this? What's the first half step?
Just make some connections in the hallways. Talk to some athletes. Talk to some other coaches that need their girls cross training. Develop athletes. That's the biggest thing, is develop an athlete.
And one of the things I've noticed too, especially in the girls, at least right now, there isn't that, oh, that's my girl, I'm gonna put a fence around her.
No,
you guys are helping
that at
each
all.
other.
No,
right?
the girls community is a lot different in that sense, that they all want to work together. There's not that ultra protective competitive edge that you might get in the guys wrestling.
All right, switch gears on you a little bit to the guys team.
Yeah.
Right. Arguably a top 10 team in the state.
We hope so.
Sometimes some polls have you right outside looking in. Some polls have you in there. Right. So, how do you prepare the guys going forward? You were down at St. John, right? State dual team, representing the Central District.
Tough one to Wadsworth.
Tough one to Wadsworth, but. You've got a number of hammers. We're looking to get, obviously, as many through to districts as we can, but we're thinking probably at least 7, 8.
14 strong. We took 14 to districts last year, and, we don't want to lower our standards. So
right, absolutely.
It's always going to be 14 strong.
And then what's the key to breaking into that top echelon at state? How many do you need to go? 14 is the answer.
Right.
How many do you really think you need to go?
As many as possible. We need point scorers. It's not just placers. We need guys there winning a match. Go win a match. Contribute to the team, and let's try to break that top 10, top 8 ceiling. I think we were 8th last year. It's tied for the best in our school history. So let's beat that.
So what kind of atmosphere do you have in the room with nationally ranked 195-pounder?
Oh, it's phenomenal. Seth's a great kid. He's one of the hardest workers I've ever worked with in my life. And he's working extra every day. Every day, 7 days a week, he's doing something extra. It's awesome. And he's brought a lot of guys along with him. A lot of guys see that, and they're right there. I think yesterday in the weight room we had like 10 guys after practice in the weight room. That's, not a team lift. It's just, a bunch of guys hanging out and getting extra work in.
Yeah, so he's freshman, state champ, returning, got a target on his back.
Oh, big target.
How does he keep that pressure off of his back as he's rolling in? Only a sophomore.
Right. I don't know that he focuses on the pressure. He focuses on getting better day by day. There's a lot of small things that we're working on, and he wants to improve his game and work higher at a national level. So there's a lot of improvements to make. I don't think he looks at it like he has a target. I think he's got a very good growth mindset, and he's looking at like, how can I get better every day?
Awesome. All right, bring it back to girls wrestling here.
Yeah.
What a great, beautiful day for wrestling in
it's
Ohio.
awesome. It's
The
awesome.
atmosphere is fantastic. What do you got for us to leave off this interview?
It's exciting. You know, first round was started quick. A lot of pins in that first round. You know, as any other big tournament, really, with seeded versus unseeded girls. But this round has really slowed down, and there's been some good wrestling going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the talent level in Ohio, I know why the next level coaches are going to be here today and tomorrow checking out
The
these
biggest thing that I've noticed is how loud this gym is. For only having a limited amount of competitors, these girls are cheering for each other like crazy.
Yeah.
And it's not just teammates, it's just girls cheering for friends.
Yeah.
It's a loud environment in there.
Yeah,
It's
community
awesome.
is key, family is key, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for your time.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Rob.
it.
Yep.